Hi everyone. How's everyone doing? It's such a transformational time right now. We have several planets that are aligning for the next several days until the 9th, and we're in like this 369 portal. It's very, very powerful and very transformational, and I'm seeing this amazing shift in my reality of people helping people, accepting people and loving people. Like, I got hard judgment stares from someone as I was walking and I was doing my dancing like I love to do. I do like this dancing where I channel light language as I walk and say mantras, and I was doing that, and I got some really weird stares from people, and I could feel them staring at me. And so what I decided to do was envision this white light coming in through my body and filling me up, and then going right out my heart to them. And I would smile and say hi to them with the most love and loving intent in my heart. And you could literally see their energy shift almost immediately. Because as humans, we expect when someone is judging to automatically be, you'll feel defensive, right? If someone's judging you, you automatically feel defensive, rather than loving yourself in that moment and saying, whatever that person's thinking is not who I am. I am who I am, and they can think whatever the hell they want. Because at the end of the day, I am who I am, and I love myself. I know who I am. I'm true to me. Right? So in those moments, it gets easier and easier and easier to just like stop and go, okay, listen, like, I'm going to channel source, and I'm going to connect that person back to love. And it's like this instantaneous shift happens where people like just don't know how to react. They don't know how to respond, because they start to recognize, it's almost like you get to help them recognize that they are not correct and that maybe they need to change their way of thinking. I get a lot of looks like I can almost read. I can't say that I can read people's minds. It's gotten to the point where it's a little freaky. The other day I had asked my daughter, like I said, hey, it's 11:11, make a wish. And I instantly had this thought in my head, like, oh, Monster Energy drink. I don't drink Monster Energy drink. So I looked up at my daughter and I'm like, oh, why would you wish for that? Out of anything that you could wish for, why would you wish for Monster Energy drink? And anyways, she was like, how the heck did you know I just wished that? Like, I didn't say that out loud. How the heck did you know? And I'm like, I don't know. I just like have these thoughts that sound like my thoughts, but they're not my thoughts. They're actually other people's thoughts. And the more I meditate and I'm in that connective space where my mind just is in the moment, I'm able to read these messages all the more. And as I evolve into this new being that I'm becoming, I know I'm evolving right now. It's been pretty wild, especially being 33 in the year 2022. This year has been so transformational for me. And I've been doing research on that as well. And as it may be, the yogis believe that 33 is a very magical year that can propel you into greatness if you do the work. And I feel like for the past few years, I was literally being prepared for this year, right here, right now. Because it's been like the dark night of soul, where like I have literally like had panic attacks. I almost actually checked myself into a psych ward, like to get mental evaluation, just because I felt that desperate, because I was having panic attacks almost every single day, and it was over things that didn't make any sense at all. And it was like, okay, I would have this thought like, legit waking up at like 2 o'clock in the morning. It was always between 2 and 4 that I woke up, and I'd like feel like out of my skin. My bills were paid. Everything was good. Like, for the most part, I shouldn't be having anxiety. And I was thinking about when my daughter is 21, and if she's not in school, and like she won't have health insurance, and having anxiety over her not having health insurance. And seriously, like 7 years, 9 years, like really you're gonna seriously sit here at 2 o'clock in the morning and worry about something that's 7 years away at 2 o'clock in the morning? Shouldn't you be sleeping? And you know that it doesn't make any sense, and yet you're still having this anxiety. Like, and it's like not just any kind of anxiety, it's full-blown panic attacks. I was having full-blown panic attacks, and it was happening like more and more and more frequently, until I started to realize that I could actually stop them by changing my way of thinking before it turned into something more. It's like you have to catch the wheel before it starts turning. You have to catch it right at the beginning, right when you have that first thought. Like, you have that first thought that doesn't make sense, and you have to just bash that shit out. Like, nope, not today, Satan. You know, you have to just like not let it in. Don't let it in. Don't let it happen to you. Just choose no, because you can choose. But, you know, if you say yes, it's not the wrong thing either. It's just not your time to say yes, so it's okay. Everyone has their own timing. We're not all meant to, like, do the same thing at the same time. We're all unique in that way. And we're all here to do our own song and dance, you know, and teach one another and learn from one another, you know. But this is a really powerful and transformational time, and I'm wondering how you guys are feeling and if you're okay. I know that a lot of people are struggling right now, and I'm here if you need to talk. Like, sincerely. It's not an easy time to face our shadows. And because I already have faced so many of mine, it's not as hard for me anymore. And I like to try to help people. No, don't get me wrong, like, not everything's all peaches and cream, and I do have a hard time sometimes, but it seems to get easier as I start to learn how to be more in flow with all that is. Speaking of people changing their vibes and stuff like that, I'm walking down the street, right? I have my headphones in. This just happened now, and this is actually what spurred me to make the video. I'm walking down the street with my headphones in. I took my shoes off so that I can connect to the earth. I'm carrying my shoes in my hands, and I'm just looking up at the sky, and then I noticed that a car that just drove by has now turned around. So I just keep walking, but he's like parked, and I can feel him staring at me, but I'm not looking over because I'm just like, whatever. Like, I don't care. People think I'm weird because I like to look at the sky, and I'm also dressed very colorfully. But even when I'm not, like, I feel like people just feel the energy and I kind of don't know how to react to it because they're not used to the love. I'm like a love sickle. I'm like a love bomb, spreading love everywhere, dropping bombs all over the place, making people love themselves, spreading light. And anyways, as I'm walking, this car stops, turns around, and it parks, and it's like I can feel the guy staring at me, and I'm just like, whatever, I'm just gonna keep like looking at the sky and doing what I'm doing because I'm gonna be me. I don't care who's looking. I have to remind myself, don't worry, it's normal. You can remind yourself. And so I remind myself, and so I keep doing it, and then I see the car start to move. I'm like, oh goodness, and I can see he's pulling over. And I'm like, are they gonna ask me for directions? And the guy looks at me like curiously at first, and he's like, rolls down his window and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I looked at him and I said, "Yes, I'm fine. Why?" And he's like, "Do you need to talk?" And I said, "No, why? Like, I'm just going for a walk." And he's like, "Do you want to sit and talk?" He's like, "You can get in my car, we can talk." I was like, "Nah, it's all right." And he's like, "Should I walk with you?" And I was like, "No, it's good." But I could feel his vibration was like genuine, like he cared, like he thought something was wrong with me. Then when he saw that nothing was wrong with me, he was just trying to like go on a date or something, get to know me more and find out why I'm so goddamn happy. I don't know. Anyways, I said, "No, I was going for a walk, sorry." And kept walking. And then I was like, I gotta make a video, say hi to my peeps, ask them how they're doing, and if they're feeling this shift as these planets align. Powerful energy. And take every minute to transform yourself. Love yourself, be there for yourself, and don't be hard on yourself. Please. This shit is not hard, not easy at all. This shift is hard. And they don't call us rainbow warriors for no reason. We get the warrior title because we literally go to battle with our minds, with our own egos, with what we've been taught. We go to war. And then at the same time, it's not war, it's a peaceful surrender as we become one again. And I can just see Christ consciousness popping up and Krishna consciousness like inside of every single person. We were at the park earlier and actually at my mom's house, and the kids were all swimming, and then the ice cream truck came. We heard the ice cream truck was there, and we're in line. My mom went to go get money because I didn't have my keys, so she ran to go get money real quick so that we could get an ice cream for the kids. And as we're standing in line, the people in front of us, it was a dad and his kid, and he's like, he hands his son a $20 bill, and he said, "Buy ice cream for all the kids that don't have one." And of course, at that time, we still hadn't had the money from my mother, so Isabel hadn't had an ice cream yet. And so this little boy went up to Isabel and was like, "Do you want an ice cream?" And they bought her an ice cream. And I thought to myself, God, this life, there is goodness. There is good people. And there is goodness. And these little acts of kindness is what's going to make this world a better place. It's what's going to change this place. It's what's going to shift us out of this negative energy and into something so much better than we've ever dreamed of. We're going to return to the garden and co-create heaven on earth. I love you guys.